Have you ever noticed something strange about yourself? When you're alone, everything feels normal. Your thoughts are clear. You know exactly what you want to say. But the moment you're around people, something changes. Your mind suddenly becomes alert. You start thinking about every word before speaking. And sometimes, you just want the conversation to end as quickly as possible. For many people, socializing doesn't feel natural anymore. It feels uncomfortable. And if you've ever felt this way, you're not the only one. Let me tell you about someone named Arjun. Arjun wasn't always like this. During his school days, talking to people was easy. He had friends, laughed in class, and could start conversations without thinking too much about it. Nothing felt difficult back then. But slowly, as the years passed, something changed. Not suddenly, just little by little. Now imagine this situation. Arjun walks into a room where a few colleagues are already talking. Normally, this should be simple. Just join the conversation, say something, and be part of it. But instead, he stands there quietly, pretending to check his phone. Inside his mind, a different conversation is happening. What should I say? What if I interrupt them? What if I say something stupid? He waits for the perfect moment to speak. But by the time he thinks of something to say, the topic has already changed. So he stays silent, not because he wants to, but because his mind has already convinced him not to speak. Something similar happens during family gatherings. Everyone is talking, sharing stories, laughing about old memories. But Arjun feels slightly different. Even around his own relatives, he feels strangely conscious. When someone asks him a question, he answers quickly, short replies, then silence again. It's not that he dislikes people. In fact, sometimes he wishes he could talk more easily like everyone else. But something inside him keeps holding him back. People who experience this often notice small signs. They start thinking too much before speaking. They replay conversations later in their head and wonder, why did I say that? They avoid phone calls and prefer texting instead. Sometimes, they even avoid social gatherings completely, not because they hate people, but because the mental pressure feels exhausting. And the strange part is, when they watch others talking easily, it makes them feel even worse. They begin to believe that something is wrong with them. But the truth is, the real problem usually isn't social skills. It's self-awareness that has gone too far. When you were younger, you didn't constantly analyze yourself while talking. You just spoke naturally. But as people grow older, something slowly changes. They start thinking about how they are being perceived, how they look while talking, how their voice sounds, whether people are judging them. And the moment your mind shifts away from the conversation and starts focusing on yourself, socializing becomes difficult. Because now your brain is doing two things at the same time, trying to talk to people and constantly monitoring yourself. That pressure slowly creates discomfort. Then, a quiet cycle begins. You feel uncomfortable during conversations, so you start speaking less. Because you speak less, your confidence slowly drops. And the next time you meet people, the discomfort becomes even stronger. Over time, many people start believing something about themselves. They think, maybe I'm just not a social person. But most of the time, that's not actually true. They're just stuck in this cycle of overthinking. Interestingly, the people who struggle the most with socializing are often the ones who think the most. They notice small reactions. They analyze situations deeply. They worry about saying the wrong thing. But conversations were never meant to be perfect. They were always meant to be a little messy, a little imperfect, and natural. And the more someone tries to control every word they say, the more unnatural it feels. So if socializing sometimes feels uncomfortable for you, it doesn't necessarily mean you're bad with people. It might simply mean your mind has become too focused on yourself instead of the moment. And the strange thing is, the moment you stop trying to appear perfect in conversations, socializing slowly starts feeling normal again. Because most people aren't judging you nearly as much as you think. They're usually just busy worrying about themselves too. And sometimes, understanding this simple truth is enough to make conversations feel a little easier again.
So that is the subtle lesson for today. I'm hoping that you find it valuable, and some people may feel relatable with their lives too. You should implement learnings from this story to your life. Thanks for watching it out, and please don't forget to subscribe for more such stories.